Hello everyone, welcome back to another GT3 track guide. This time we're at Spa for week 4 of the GT Sprint series on iRacing. Like always, I'll show the Hotlap first and then we'll get into the guide. So for the turn 1 hairpin, we're using the 100 meter board on the left for our braking reference. Shifting down to second gear, turning in just past the 50 board. Obviously trying to get a very late apex here, and you want to get on power as early as you can. Avoid touching the gravel because it'll just kill your momentum, and that pretty much goes for everywhere on this track. Easily flat through here. You just want to make sure you're using all this curb on the left to the grass to open it up. And this is about as much as you can cut on the top here. Any more to the left, you could get a slowdown. So coming down into Lacombe, I begin braking about 10 meters or so before the 100 board, or just before the curb begins. I'm approaching it diagonally, so I'm braking onto the curb. Then you quickly want to get back off of the curb as you turn in, and I'm shifting down to third gear. Super important that you're getting onto this green on the right side of the curb here, almost to the gravel, and you want to pick up the throttle pretty much right as you're on it. And momentarily getting to 100% throttle, and then we're lifting and getting on the brakes a little bit, just a small trail brake, cutting all of this curb here. Even right side tires are completely on the curb, and getting on the power just as we get off of it. Bringing the car back to the left here, and then lifting, and as we approach the apex, we immediately get back on the power quite soon. braking just before the curb. And this is a long corner, so we're double apexing it here. Your first apex is around at the end of this first green Astro. Then you want to trail brake all the way to the last green Astro on the right side of the curb, and that's where you want to start picking up the power. On this lap, I kind of pushed the exit a bit too hard and I ended up on this curb here. Ideally, you don't really want to be on it because it can unsettle the car going into the next corner, which is coming up very quickly. So try to avoid this curb if you can. No clear braking reference, but what I do is right just as I'm approaching the curb to open up the corner, I lift and brake very gently here, like 10-15%. And ideally, you want to cut more of this curb on the left, about to the sausage curb. So coming into Pouan, braking in the middle of the curb, just about, and I'm shifting down to 4th gear. You want to hug this white line on the entry. Braking just before the curbing once again, diagonally onto it, shifting down to 3rd gear. Picking up the power at the end of the green AstroTurf on the right hand side. You really want to make sure you're bringing the car to the right hand side so you can open up the next corner. Just the lift here. You want to get it back on the power at the end of the green AstroTurf once again. Braking just before the curbing, trying to use as much of it on corner entry. Again, using the green AstroTurf as the throttle reference. Easily flat through here. Just it can be a bit sketchy on cold tires. Use the curb on the left if you have to. Just make sure you get back on the track kind of quickly because it can kind of micro engage the TC and you can lose some time down the long straight here. For Blanchimont, I'm opening up to the right here. Just as long as you don't go completely past the white line, you won't get the off track. And for the bus stop, once again approaching the braking zone sort of diagonally to travel a shorter distance. And my braking reference is when I just get over this white line, about a car length or so. You want to use a little bit of this curb on entry. I'm shifting down to 2nd gear. And you want to keep it really tight to the red sausage curb here, and that's when you want to briefly get back on the throttle. And for the second part, just a little dab on the brakes, even less than I did, honestly. And you get back on the power right before the sausage curb. And on the exit, you can even go to the right side of this curb a little bit onto the green, but any more than that, you can get the off track here. Well, that's a track guide for Spa. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you next week.